Have y'all seen the viral video going around about the girl who went in to go get her cuckoo waxed, and the girl mid cuckoo wax says, "I can't do this anymore. I can't do this." And the girl starts her camera. The girl getting the wax starts her camera, and she's like, "So why can't you?" And she says, "Because she's gonna blast her on TikTok."
Why are you putting this stuff away?
Ma'am, I feel like you're putting me in a position where I have to continuously tell you that that's an issue that you have. This is beyond going to the gym.
No, I just came from the gym. I'm trying to get my wax. I have vacation. My flight leaves tonight. And I need my wax done. And now you're telling me that you can't do my wax because of a funky issue. It's crazy because I've gone to other places. I've gone to European Wax Center and they don't have an issue. The phone's going off. This is so unprofessional.
I do apologize.
This is so unprofessional.
However, that is beyond. I don't know what. Maybe European Wax Center is a little bit more equipped than we are. However, I don't feel comfortable. I'm actually a CNA as well, and that is not just an odor. That's actually an infection.
Excuse me?
That's an infection.
I don't have an infection.
And I don't feel comfortable touching you in that area.
I told you I just went to the gym. I just went to the gym.
Man, that's not the gym. That's not the gym, ma'am. I go to the gym. That's not the gym. That's not the gym.
You don't go to the gym.
This is a very uncomfortable conversation for me. I'm not your primary care.
You don't go to the gym. I can tell by your body type.
Excuse me. I am not going to accept insults from you because I'm not insulting you.
You haven't seen a gym.
Excuse me.
So
you are embarrassed now.
So you're going to try to put me down. You wouldn't know what an odor from the gym smells like if you don't go to the gym.
You are completely. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We cannot provide a service for you.
It's too late for me to book last minute anywhere else. Everybody else is booked. I got this off a group.
Man, you need to go to the doctors. This has nothing to do. I don't even know why. You should not get on that flight.
This is crazy.
This is embarrassing. I hope you're not going to the man.
This place is embarrassing. You got this bum Easter grass. Look at this place. Look at this place. No, look at this place. Please. Look at this place. I'm going to show you. Don't touch me. Don't you?
Have y'all seen the...
Okay, personally, I have two major issues with this particular video. So this video went viral on social media. So we're going to go ahead and watch some videos and see how people reacted to this. And as well, watching the videos of Brazilian waxers to see what they think about this, if it's okay to reject a client. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch the videos.
Viral video going around about the girl who went in to go get her cuckoo waxed, and the girl mid cuckoo wax says, "I can't do this anymore. I can't do this." And the girl starts her camera. The girl getting the wax starts her camera, and she's like, "So why can't you?" And she says, "Because she's gonna blast her on TikTok, as a bad business owner." She's like, "Because I cannot, that smell is not normal coming between your legs." And the girl's like, "It's because I just worked out." She's like, "Honey, you did not just," like, that is an infection. You need to go to the doctor. And the girl still continues to be like, "No, that's not it. You're a horrible business owner. How can you do this? I have to get this done because I'm leaving out of town. Nobody can do this last minute. You're a horrible person." And the girl goes, "I'm sorry, I literally just cannot. Like, that smell, I cannot do it, honey. I cannot. You need to go to the doctor." The girl still continues to argue with her and be like, "That's ridiculous. You're a horrible person." And I'm over here the whole time being like, "Honey, you are trying to blast her, but you are blasting yourself. If your coot smells that bad, you do need to go to the doctor." She was being a girl's girl. And honestly, I know, I can only imagine, because listen, I can't do smells. I can't do smells. I can't do it. So if I was in that woman's position, maybe she's the same way. She's like, "I can't do this. I can't do this." And I don't know if y'all have ever gotten one of those, but I go every month, and they don't wear masks. Okay, so they're down there all willy-nilly. Listen, I know that girl was trying to make it so that we would all be mad at the girl. I'm not mad at her. I feel bad for her. If you haven't seen that video, I hope it's down here that shows up for you guys, because it's Yeah.
Waterboard that information out of me. The way I would have prayed that the ground would open up and swallow me whole before I jumped on the World Wide Web to tell everybody that my hoo-ha was questionable? No, ma'am. People are so interested in trying to get a viral moment that you don't realize the person that you're shaming may actually be you. Instead of you doing what most people would do, which is hang their head in shame, gather up their things and whatever dignity they still have on that table and scurry out of there. She handled you with all the professionalism that she possibly could muster up, but you can't force her to work on you when she told you she's uncomfortable. She wasn't being rude, you were being rude for pulling out your camera and trying to intimidate her. She was actually being a girl's girl and giving you the heads up that you may have an active infection rather than you saying, you know what, you're a nurse, let me look into that. You'd rather say, I don't care what's going on, just do my wax. She does this for a living, so I know she's handled different scents before, but there is a reason why she's rejecting you. I'm sure she would have given you a full refund, so it's not about the money. Maybe there's some truth to what she's saying. Have you ever considered that?
Y'all have seen that video going around of the woman who's arguing with her waxer because the waxer refuses to wax her because her kukalaka is giving stankalanke. First and foremost, why would you record that? We're going to be on your side. Like, you thought that you was doing something and you was about to expose this person on the internet. Lo and behold, you embarrassed yourself. And for what? All the while, she's talking to the waxer crazy. And the waxer just, maintains her composure. And she's just like, I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing it. And then when she really started to go back and forth with the waxer was like, let me tell you about yourself. Because not only am I a waxer, I'm also, a medical professional. And we're like, you need to get that stuff checked out. Why believe you? She want to sit up there and yap instead of worrying about her health. She even tried to use the excuse of, she just came from the gym. Like, first and foremost, like, that's disrespectful to go straight from the gym to the waxer. Like, what God, definitely say about guys before you go. It's not even about anything. It's common courtesy. Like, you're going for somebody else to have to be in your kukalaka. Like, the least you can do is make sure that she's fresh and so clean. Either way, though, like, gym or not, there's no excuse for your kukalaka smelling like there's alley cats living in there. Like, you should smell it. And so you should be like, you know what? There's obviously something wrong. Like, my pH, something is off. Parce the way that stench is coming through these leggings, like, you should have been the one to be like, you know what? I need to go ahead and hit pause and figure out whatever is going on down there instead of worrying about that vacation. Priorities, my sister, priorities.
Please tell me you guys have seen this video. If you haven't, go and watch it, but let me tell you what is happening right now. So apparently this lady goes in to get a Brazilian wax after going to the gym. The lady that's waxing is like, I'm so sorry, I can't continue to do this. Like, you have something going on down there. It's not like the regular wear and tear. Like, you have an infection. Lady claims that she's a CNA. She's like, listen, I know. And the lady's like, oh no, I went to the gym. That's what the problem is. The lady doing the waxing's like, no, I know what it smells like when you go to the gym. The lady getting waxed says, your body ain't seen a gym. You don't go to the gym. Number one, why are you going to go get a Brazilian wax after going to the gym? If you know somebody's about to be all up in your crevices, really? Let me tell y'all something. I used to do spray tans at my house for like a quick little hot second. So I totally believe this, and I seen some things that I shouldn't have. And yeah, you would be so surprised how comfortable people are with their private parts and not washing.
Okay, personally, I have two major issues with this particular video. The first one is that the fact that this girl think it's okay for her to post this kind of conversation on media just because she wants to get this social media viral moment is insane. Like, who does that? I think this is kind of a personal conversation that I don't even think anyone wants to post on media. That the fact that she thinks it's okay, I just don't understand. And she thought she was going to make the business owner look bad, like a bad business owner. I think that was the image she was trying to portray about the business owner, thinking she's going to blast her, not knowing fully well that she's blasting herself. And the business owner, the waxer, she was very professional. She was being nice. She wasn't rude, telling her, girl, this is not a normal smell. You have to go see a doctor. You have to go get yourself checked. Instead of her to listen to her, she was there busy arguing. She's just coming back from the gym. Meanwhile, like, this is her job. Like, she do work with different people, different clients. Like, this is her everyday job. So she knows something is wrong, girl. And for her to be able to stand up to her, to tell her, girl, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. You have to go do something. It means like she has had enough. Like, oh, girl, I just can't take it anymore. And that's so embarrassing. If I was that girl, I will never, ever go to that place again. And probably I will never, ever pass through that area, that particular business when they are opened. Because to me, I think that's so embarrassing. Someone telling you that you smell dandel. It's just like, I don't know, like the fact that she felt so comfortable posting it on media, that's a problem. Instead of her to think of how to go fix herself, go to the doctor, and probably a pH level is just high, or maybe she has an infection. And she decided to come on media to make the business owner, who was being nice to her, being professional. And as well, she can say, I don't want to do your Brazilian wax. I don't want to do it. I think they can reject clients if they don't want to work on the clients. So I don't know why she was making a big deal out of it. I just don't understand that. The second problem I have is that the fact that she said she was coming back from the gym, that's a problem. Why on earth will any girl just leave the gym after working out with all that sweating, all that working out, not a good shower, and the gym does have a shower, and go for a Brazilian waxing? You take all that smell from sweating, working out, to a Brazilian waxer to wax you after working out because you want to pay. So maybe it's just me. I like, how do you feel when you're lying down there, someone is waxing you? Probably you can see that look on their face that something is going wrong. I know sometimes this waxer, they might just kind of want to pretend, I mean, give that look like, oh, it's all okay, because it's business, you know, they want to make money. But at the same time, I just think no girl should ever go to a Brazilian waxer without having a shower. It's just not cool. Like, it's just not cool. It's not cool. So we're gonna go ahead and watch some videos of Brazilian waxers to see what they think about this, if it's okay to reject a client.
Not at all, boy!
Would I tell a customer if their foo-foo smelled? I'm Clara, I'm a wax specialist. I've waxed thousands of women and I do ladies Brazilian waxing in Enniskillen. I'm here to educate on Brazilian waxing. Would I tell a customer if they smelled? Well, it depends on how badly they smelled. On the whole, when I'm waxing women, there is a certain smell. It's not the major, it's not the massive. There is a natural body smell. There's a distinction with people who say don't wash, and on the whole, the majority of my customers, when they're coming to me, they do wash. Occasionally, I meet somebody and I can tell that they haven't showered and that they haven't washed on the day of their appointment, because I would recommend that you do have a shower on the day of their appointment. Now, like anything, there's ways you can go about it. I obviously don't make a big fuss, don't make a big drama about it, and cleanse them down and then do the wax. And what I will say to them then is, come here, do you know what? Give yourself a wee shower in the morning of your appointment. It's good because it brings the skin in nice and clean. The bacteria is away, the sweat is away, it leaves it lovely and fresh. And or what you can do is bring your wipes and pop down to the loo and freshen up before your wax appointment. I think and how you go about it and how you say it and how you can deliver it absolutely makes a difference. And you can do it in a way that doesn't offend.
If you want to get into the waxing business, it's definitely not for the weak. I'm going to tell you this right now, because me as a waxer, I have seen some things, and I just learned how to react to them. As a waxer, you can't make your clients feel uncomfortable. Like, for example, a lot of females, or some females, when they finish using the bathroom doing number 2, and they think that they cleaned themselves thoroughly down there, but they didn't, and they come to their wax appointment, get on the table, they're getting waxed, and boom, needs a chest butt strip, and you see residue, and you just have to know how to respond and make your client comfortable as much as possible, because they're already feeling embarrassed, like, oh snap, like, oh shit, I left something.
If it's that strong, you put a little Bengay, underneath your nose and you put a mask on. I would love to say, no, there's no smell. And if there is a smell, it doesn't bother us at all. We offer you wipes. There are wipes out in the waiting room. And in here, in the treatment room, we offer you another wipe. Nobody should be embarrassed about their natural body odor, especially when you come to get waxed, because we waxers understand, and we are grateful that you came to us after a full workday. You have to be understanding about the situation. They just finished a full workday, so they haven't had a chance to go home to wipe themselves or to freshen up prior to an appointment. If you are a Brazilian waxer, you have to accept the fact that some appointments will smell.
Okay, so to anyone who's seen the video of the waxer who refuses her client because she had a really strong bad odor, I want to know your input. Whether if you're in the beauty industry, you're a waxer, esthetician, cosmetologist, a client, I really want to know. What is your opinion on this? And if you haven't heard this yet, look it up, because I'm going to give you my input on this. So first of all, I am going to start by saying that if you're a cosmetologist, esthetician, anyone in the beauty industry, we cannot diagnose a client. We cannot recommend something on clients or say like, hey, I think you have this. Like, no, we cannot do that. That is out of our scope. That would be a doctor, definitely not an esthetician, waxer, anyone in the beauty industry. But we do get close to clients, and some clients are friends, and also any client in general. There has been times where, like, if we see something out of the normal, we can suggest, the word suggest a client to go get checked, by saying like, oh, listen, I just think this is something that's not normal. I would recommend you go check it out. I'd rather you be safe than sorry, or something like that. Okay. So as a waxer, because I am an esthetician, salon owner, but I specialize in Brazilian waxing. This is what I do. So I wax a lot of hoo-has in a month. So this is gonna be my opinion as a full-time waxer. So as a waxer, I will say, like, odor is normal. You're expecting your client to come in with normal vaginal odor, whether they're coming from the gym, whether a client is coming from their house, from work, from wherever. You're expecting, to have a normal odor down there. That being said, for me personally, I've been a waxer for 5 years, and I have never, ever been put in that situation where I have to refuse a client because of their odor being so strong that I cannot service them. I've had clients come from the gym. I've had clients with their periods. I have clients who have given birth and I've waxed them for years, and their odor has changed because of a hormonal change, and that happens. I've had clients with all different things, and I've never personally experienced something like that. So knock on wood, thank God, because that is an uncomfortable conversation to have. Like, I can't even imagine that conversation. That is that bad. So going back to this video, I feel that the tech was really professional. This is already so extremely uncomfortable for us as a waxer. Like I said, I can't even imagine talking to your client about this. Like, there's times where I've suggested a client go to a doctor for something, but saying that the client smells so bad that you can't service her, that's already an uncomfortable conversation to have with your client as a waxer. So I give props to this waxer for being so professional. Like she said, she mentioned that she is a CNA, so she, told the client like she knows what she's talking about, whereas a esthetician, we can't say like you have an STD, let's say you have this. No, we can suggest go get checked. But she said she's a CNA. She went more into detail with this client, and the client was not having it. Also, in the beginning, the waxer said, I'm continuously telling you that there's an issue. Probably meaning that
in the beginning of the service, she even more nicely told this client why she couldn't continue the service, and what she suggested or whatnot. You know what I mean? Where in the video that the client decided to record, she probably was tired of keep repeating herself. Which also, I don't get why this client would record this trying to like bash the waxer, and it just went back to her. Like, the waxer was completely nice to her and explaining to her what she thought, and she could not service her. Like, we are 100% entitled to not service someone if it's that bad, or if for any reason, like if someone's rude to us, we can say, you know, as a business owner, we can say, you know, whatever, you're being rude, I cannot wax you for this reason, or I don't want to service you because of this. So yeah, I could not understand why this lady decided to record this instead of it being a private conversation like the waxer was intending it to be. And she put herself out there on social media. Like, why would you put this out there? I just can't understand that. Also, she said that she's been going to European Wax Center. Let me tell you something. European Wax Center and going to independent waxer is not the same at all. We care more about our clients independently because we are a small business where we cater to each client. Meaning, the girls in European Wax Center are trained to, you know, service the client fast. And that's it. They don't get to be so personable with their clients. Nothing, like, I don't have anything bad to say about the girls who work at European. It's more of the European Wax Center's system. It's a fast in and out type, you know, service for them. Where for us, we take time to get to know our clients. So if something is wrong, we feel like we have to tell our clients, suggest what we think, because it's more of a personal experience. Our clients are like our babies, our friends. So I cannot understand why she would not be thankful for this. But anyways, I want to know your opinion because this is my opinion, and I think I'm on the waxer side. She was definitely professional. She was nice, sympathetic about it. And this is the little clip that we saw. I'm pretty sure 100% that the conversation before she started recording was even more like sympathetic. She was more nice about it. She was more, you know, understanding as a woman, explaining to the client why she's suggesting these things. So I cannot understand. Like, to me, I'm like surprised how this client just put herself out there like that for the world to see this. But, you know, whatever. Thank God I've never experienced this. And if I ever did, I would definitely do the same thing that this waxer did. Sympathetically, nicely explain to my client why I couldn't service her. Suggest going to a doctor and then coming back and getting waxed after she gets this resolved. And that's it. So tell me your opinion, because I want to know.
As a wax tech, the number one question I get asked by friends, family, people out in the streets who find out what I do, literally anybody, is, well, what do you do if someone stinks? What do you do if someone stinks? Have you ever met somebody who stinks? What do you do if someone who stinks? The quick answer is yes. People stink sometimes. Sometimes people who think they don't stink, stink. Fun fact. Sometimes the baddest bitches have a little bit of poop in their butts. It's the truth. Sorry to tell you. Sometimes y'all girls who think y'all are just such clean girlies have little streaks back there when you bust it open. And what do I say? Most of the time, I don't say anything. If I'm being honest, I don't say anything. Unless it's just something crazy, out of the ordinary, I don't say anything. I continue talking. I do my damn job. That's what I do. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. Because what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? If you're okay with your smell, your man's okay with your smell, everybody over there on your home team is okay with it, then who the fuck am I? I'm just your waxer, girl. Just your waxer.
Hey girl, hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question because I know I haven't been putting any wax content out there, but if you are new here, my name is Lavette. I am a licensed esthetician here in Georgia, specializing in waxing. However, I am transitioning, so I have not been putting wax content on my page, but I do want to answer this for my fellow Esty. Okay, so she said, have you experienced any bad smells while waxing? Absolutely. I'm pretty sure 99.9% of us wax specialists can say we have experienced it at one point or another. Now, I will say this, I have not experienced it a lot. It's not something that happens like daily for me personally, and I appreciate that, but I have. And as far as how I handle it, I don't reject clients because of it. What I will do is grab my mask, and as I'm talking to them and treating them like I would treat any other one of my clients, I do kind of like mention hygiene a lot and talk about products and recommendations or anything like that. But I do not treat a client bad because they have a smell. I don't know their situation. If I see something that doesn't look normal to me, I'm not a doctor or specialist in that department, I will say, hey, this may be something you may want to go take, talk to a doctor about or have a doctor take a look at. But other than that, girl, I stay in my lane. As a wax specialist, it almost comes just with the territory. You would think it wouldn't, but it does. So yeah, I just treat my clients normally. I give them a great service. However, I do, talk to them about hygiene and stuff like that. I would never want to make a client feel uncomfortable coming into a already vulnerable situation, which waxing is for a lot of women already. So I hope that answers your question. If y'all have any more questions for me as a wax specialist, I don't mind showing them. I don't put wax content on my page as far as my facility or me showing my clients. I just shine away from that. I have done that in the past. If you do want to watch any of my old videos, I kind of make these videos while I'm either going to work, when I first get there, or when I am on lunch and stuff like that. So I hope this video helps. Until the next time, girl. Peace.
Let's talk about odor and smells during Brazilian waxes. If you have not seen the viral video, a Brazilian wax tech refuses service on a woman due to bodily odors. Now, we do have the right to refuse service, but I do believe that the esthetician was somewhat in the wrong because we are not doctors. We cannot tell our clients that they have an infection. We cannot diagnose anything. Okay, that is out of our scope of practice, and I believe that was extremely unprofessional to sit there and say that. You can always recommend that your client go sees a physician, but if the skin is intact and it appears to be normal and there's an odor, I'm gonna do your wax. Here's a wipe, babe.
Well, that was good to know, and I think they are just being professional, and this is their business, and I don't think rejecting client like that will be a good thing for the business as well. Probably that girl, she just couldn't do Brazilian waxer. Probably she just couldn't take that anymore. She just like, girl, I can't do this anymore. So at the same time, in as much that these waxers, they don't like rejecting clients because it's business to them, and they don't want to make their clients feel like you smell, because if you do that to your client, I don't think they want to come back. So that's bad business for the Brazilian waxer. I think, and I will keep on saying it, that I don't think any girl should go to a Brazilian waxer to wax without having a good shower. It's just not cool. It's not cool. I don't want to know if it's okay with the waxers, if they care or they don't care. It's just not cool. It's not cool. Anyways, you leave it out what you think about this one. Do you think it's okay for someone to just no shower before going to a Brazilian waxer? And do you think the Brazilian waxer did right for what she told her, for sending her away, for not wanting to wax her, for telling her to go see a doctor, something is wrong, that was not a normal smell? Do you think that was cool? And will you ever go to wax without having a shower? Anyways, that's it for this one. If you do enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. My name is Joy. Thank you for watching with me. Bye for now. I'll see you in my next video.